welcome back to my channel. I have not done one of these videos in a very long time. Like 2 years ago, I did a lot of videos where I sat down and I talked a lot about sorority and SDSU life, and you guys seem to really like those, so I thought, why not? I should make another one of those videos. So today I will be talking about my experience being a rhogam at SDSU during fall formal recruitment. So overall, my experience as a rhogam was the greatest experience of my life. If you're thinking about becoming a rhogam, or you are like hesitant about becoming a rhogam, keep watching this video because you will find out why you should be one. So last spring, I applied to be a rhogam and I put in all of my information. I basically explained why I want to become a rhogam, and so after that, in the process, you will find out if you get an interview. So I got an interview and I interviewed with the VP new members for Panhellenic, the vice president of Panhellenic, Panhellenic advisors, and other people, and they asked me more questions about why I want to become a rhogam, because I really want to make sure that it's not because you want to get out of recruitment with your sorority, because that seems like a lot of people, that's what they're trying to do. And they also ask you a lot of scenario questions about like the potential new members and you, because you do have a lot of one-on-one time with your group of PNMs. So it's a lot of asking like, how would you respond to this situation? What would you say in this situation? What would you do in this situation? So that's a lot of what the interview is, and they just really want to see like what your personality is, because a lot of rhogams like need to be like someone who's like a little more bubbly, a little more like outgoing, just because you are like counseling and helping a big group of girls through recruitment. And so after that, all of Panhellenic goes to all of the sororities and they'll give roses to the girls who got the rhogam positions. So me and like 6 or 7 other girls in my sorority got it. And we got roses and it was really awesome. And so after that was like summer break, so there was only one meeting before summer, and then they were like, okay, bye, see you in the fall. And so during the summer we had to go, like, we had to take off all sorority stuff off of our social media. So PNMs in the summer, that's when registration for recruitment does open up. So that's when they start creeping on girls in the sororities, and they're like trying to find people. And so we had to take off like everything off of our social media. And so I basically was like non-existent to Kappa Delta for like 3 months. So came back to school, and the week before school starts, there is rhogam work week. So it's sort of similar to how the sororities do their spirit week or polish week. We met every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday was when we helped the freshmen move into the dorms. So every day we would meet in the student union and we would do icebreakers. I got to meet my buddy on the first day. Basically, your buddy is someone who's like by your side the entire time during recruitment. You share a bed with them in the hotel. That's fun. They're basically like your go-to person throughout all of recruitment. Like if you have to miss something, they'll help you out, all that good stuff. Also, during work week, we did a lot of those scenarios that I talked about during the interview process. So a lot of it is 2 girls will go up, one will act as the rhogam and then one will act as the PNM, and we got a packet like yay big that had like a bunch of like example scenarios that could happen when you had your PNMs. So it would be like one of your PNMs told you that their fraternity friend told them that they should only join one house and they refused to go to any other house. What should you do? It's like things like that, and you basically work everything out and you get super prepared for recruitment, because they literally teach you everything that you need to know, and you also get to know more about every sorority during work week. I got to learn more about all of the fun facts about each sorority, colors, mascots, like literally everything. And I got to meet like so many girls, and it was like really awesome. So I had a really good time during work week. It was like a lot better than sorority spirit week, just because you're not like in a really crammed house. It's like not like really hot because you're like in the union where it's like air conditioned. It's nice. We also learned all of the sororities like chants and songs for each chapter, because during recruitment orientation we like singing them for everyone, which is really fun. And so then after work week, we had a full week of school, so basically couldn't wear any Kappa Delta gear at all on campus, which was a struggle because that's half of my wardrobe, so that was a little difficult. So then right before recruitment, the day before, there's recruitment orientation. So all of the girls going through recruitment, we call them P&Ms, which is a potential new member, and they go all the way to Montezuma Hall and they learn about recruitment and what will happen each day, like what they should wear, what they should expect, all of the chapters that they'll be attending, financial dues, like everything. And then we come in and we sing our songs, and then they announce like who's in each group. So there was about like 52 groups. I was group number 37. And I had the very beginning of the sophomore. So I had like last names A through B for sophomores. So originally I had 29 girls in my group, all sweethearts, love them to death. After recruitment orientation, we took them out to like a meeting spot, and I told them more about like the details and the information about recruitment, especially because recruitment started the next morning. So I told them that they needed to like come prepared with snacks, like make sure you eat in the morning, like wear comfortable shoes because you're going to be walking around the whole day, like all of that good stuff. And also this was the first year that they were given a shirt from Panhellenic to wear on the first day of recruitment, which was really nice. They didn't have to stress about their first outfit right away, which was really good. So the next day was the first day of recruitment, so they went to all 9 sorority houses, and that was the first day that they did that. When I went through recruitment, it was split up into 2 days, so it wasn't so stressful, but this year they did it all in one day, which was like a little crazy. But as a rhogam, it was really fun because I was paired with my buddy and another rhogam, and we led it was like 3 groups throughout all of the chapter houses around campus, and they went to each of their events, and when they were inside, like we just got to like, hang out and like just mess around. It was like really chill, like it was so much fun. And then at the end of the day they went to Storm Hall West and they made their preferences, and also at the end of each day they would come to me and they would like talk about their day with me. They would like let me know how it went, who they liked, who they like didn't really like. And the first day is really easy because they just have to pick their favorite 7 out of 9, which is like pretty easy for most girls. So yeah, first day was really chill. And so the next day is when things start to get like a little bit stressful, just because those are the days when you give them their like actual schedule. So the first day, like you lead your entire group because everyone's going to all of the houses, but the next couple days they only have their own schedule that they have to follow. So the next day, like most girls will have like you will have like a maximum of 7 chapters to go to, but some girls will have less than that, and if they have less they might get upset. So every morning I'd have to figure out like the order in which I would read the list of girls, if that makes any sense at all. So every morning we would have to meet in the student union, and they'd give us a whole Google Doc of every single girl who's going through recruitment schedule. So I would have to scroll until I got to group number 37, and each girl had a separate sheet, like a separate page in the Google Doc, and I have to go and screenshot every single one. So like I'd have to screenshot like 25, screenshot all of them, and then I'd have to take all of those screenshots, look through all of them, see who had event number 1, and make sure that they were at the top of my list when I was reading out girls' names to like share them their schedule. And then I'd have to also think about who would be the most happy and then who would be like the least happy, because the girls who were like upset, they might be like crying or like really sad, and so I'd have to put them at the bottom so I could counsel them. after like reading their names. So that was like a real struggle. It was a little stressful each morning, but like I survived. And the second day it wasn't too bad at all. Like mostly everyone was still really happy and like everyone went off to their events and it was a great day. And then at the end of the day, like this was basically like days like 2, 3, and 4. Like everyone just like came to me at the end of the day. I counseled who needed to be counseled. A lot of girls in my group, especially because they were sophomores, they already went through the process like last year. And so they already knew like how everything sort of worked, so they weren't like that shocked or upset when like they wouldn't get a chapter that they wanted, I guess. So it was like nice because there wasn't too much crying or like bad vibes. It was good. Like I had a great group. Also, still really proud of my retention rate, just because like a lot of girls do drop out of recruitment and a lot of girls in my group like stayed, and I was like really happy about that. Every day was actually like pretty good for me, except I did have like a couple days where I was a little stressed out about girls who like wanted to drop out, and I did have a few girls who did. I started off with 29. I think by the end I had like 20, which was like very high, just saying, compared to some other people, but it's fine. And so after that, let's fast forward to preference night. So preference night is the last night, and they narrow it down to 2 chapters, and they have to preference it number 1 and number 2. And so then like that's the night where girls are like the most stressed out, because that's like basically they're picking the chapter that they want to be in. And so the biggest problem that I had in my group is that girls liked both, and so they couldn't pick a number 2. And so when you're a rhogam, you can't pick for them. They have to choose for themselves, because it's their decision of what chapter they're going to and they want to be a part of. So like I was one of my sweet little rhogam babies. They took like over an hour to figure out like what they wanted to preference their chapters for, so that was fun. But most of them, they knew what they wanted, which was really good. And again, that was like a plus of having a sophomore group, was that they sort of like already had a feeling of like what they wanted, and like they knew what was up. So that was really good. I only had like two or three criers on pref night, or that morning when I gave schedules. But like it wasn't bad. Like it could have been a lot worse, but I honestly had a really good group. Like it was a solid group. And so after preference night, they had Wednesday and Thursday to like wait it out, because then bid day was Friday. And so I had girls like texting me, because they were like, another huge concern was that they weren't going to get any chapter, even though they had 2 chapters on preference night, and they like maximized their options. None of my girls suicide bid, thank God. Like if you're a rhogam, do not do that. You have to always maximize your options. That is the motto of recruitment all the time. And so I was like pretty happy with how everything went after preference night, and girls were just like really freaking out because they thought that they weren't going to get the chapter that they liked, or they weren't going to get any at all. And thankfully none of the girls in my group didn't get any chapter, thankfully. So then go to bid day. Bid day was so much fun. We got to put on, like I had my bid day shirt on, and then I had another sorority's letters on top of my shirt, and it was the letters of a chapter that the girls like, because I asked them, unless I was like, what chapter do you think I'm in? And a good amount of them already knew that I was in Kappa Delta because they've seen my YouTube videos. That's fine. But like for the girls who didn't know, they all thought that I was in Theta, so I put on Theta letters. And so I came to bid day and they all saw me and they were like, oh my gosh, I knew it. And then the girls knew that it was a lie, and that we take off the sweatshirts. But it was fun while it lasted. And so I put all their little bid day cards around in a circle, and they stood behind them, and we had to like count down, and then they would open their bid cards. And my biggest concern was that someone wasn't going to get the chapter that they liked, and then someone was going to cry, and like it was going to be a mess, because there were girls that did that on bid day, and like I was praying to Jesus, heaven above, that was not going to be one of mine. And thank goodness all of my girls were so happy with what chapter they got. And even before bid day, I like made a list. I was like, okay, girls who will be happy with either of the chapters, girls that will be happy but like have a preference, and then girls that would like drop if they didn't get their number 1. And thank God, literally every single girl in my group was happy with what with what chapter she got. So I was so happy. And then after that we like did rhogam reveal, and we like took off our sweatshirts and we ran to our like sororities, and I ran to my little, and it was like I was crying, and literally a contact came out of my eye because I was crying so much. It was a mess. I was blind for bid day. It was fine. That was basically my rhogam experience from applying to bid day, and to this day I still have girls that talk to me from my rhogam group. They're all like in different chapters. I had 2 girls from my rhogam group who actually joined Kappa Delta, which was really awesome, and I still have girls in my rhogam group who I talk to. I see them in the library, we see each other on campus, we talk all the time. It's awesome. Like, I had such a great time. I had no like issues at all. Like I basically had like a perfect rhogam experience, honestly. Also, like aside from my PNMs, like meeting all of the amazing girls who were rhogams as well. Like every single day we just hung out with each other on campus, like between having to counsel our PNMs, and it was so much fun. I got to meet so many girls, and we're all still super close friends now. And even the girls who were on Panhellenic Exec were all super close now too, and staying at the hotel was super fun, even though we would get there like past midnight every single day and have to wake up at like 6 a.m. Like, it was so much fun. Like, I had the best time of my life. Like, being a rhogam was probably the best experience of my college career, like no doubt about it. I loved it. So if you're thinking of becoming a rhogam, like, do it. And if you're wanting to apply and you know me personally, I'll write you a letter of rec. I'll help you with your application. I will help you out. Like, I loved being rhogam so much. Like, I am now one of those people that will like talk in meeting and will be like, yes, be a rhogam, and like talk about it for hours. But yeah, it was like the best experience of my life. It made me appreciate my sorority even more because I like couldn't go to my sorority for like weeks, and it made me like love Kappa Delta even more than I already do, which I love Kappa Delta a lot, so that's like crazy. But it made me love it even more. It made me love Panhellenic life even more. It made me love Greek life even more. So yeah, that's my experience of being a rhogamma at SDSU. If you liked this video, and if you want me to make more like SDSU sorority, Greek life, anything, let me know. Subscribe, comment, like, and if you want me to do more videos like this, comment below like what type of video like you want, like whether it be like how to get more involved at SDSU, what clubs to join, what my, like anything about sorority life I could talk about forever. So yeah, if you enjoyed, please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!